What's good, everybody? It's your girl Keeda, and this is episode 1 of Keeda Figures It Out. On this episode, I am interviewing Really Khalil. He is so dope. He is a singer songwriter, so you guys go check him out. He just released his album Love Matters. Um, we had a great conversation, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Everybody, this is Really Khalil. He is a singer, super dope. You guys should go listen to his music. First of all, how has quarantine been for you?
Quarantine has been enlightening, to be honest. It really shows us how we can rethink the way we do things normally and break us out of habits to really just innovate our lifestyles. So a lot of things are going very like technology based, and that's where things were headed anyway. But it just sped up the process, and
Yes.
I'm fine with it.
So, have you learned anything about yourself and your girlfriend, like being stuck in the house all day together?
Yeah, you learn a lot about each other. But to be completely honest, like us, I'm an essential worker technically. So it's like regular,
Ooh.
I would say that I'm spending with her. She stays home. She works from home. So I
Oh.
yeah, she has the good life right now.
Well,
Uh,
shout out to her because I
yeah,
know she helped you with your new video.
yeah.
She is also super talented. You guys are like a super talented couple, like power couple in the making. So shout
Yeah.
out to you guys for that. Um, so for people who don't know you and don't know who you are, just in general, so who is like really Khalil?
All right. As you said before, I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper. I produce all of my own beats. I try to be as creative as I can and keep it as original as possible. Really, Khalil is based on my middle name, which is just something that my mom would call me when I was in trouble. So I guess it's my darker side, but at the same time, like I'm not a bad person, so you're not gonna really get like those bad vibes in my music.
I don't get bad vibes from your music. Your music's really like makes you want to fall in love. Um,
So,
So earlier this year, you dropped a project called Love Matters.
yeah.
It's 12 songs. For people who don't know, it's 12 songs of like love, just like straight love. Um, what made you want to do Love Matters?
Okay. So love matters. The phrase itself is actually multi-dimensional. It started off as me and my brother going out and okay, how do I put this? It's like a movement that we started out here in
Okay.
Atlanta. So back in 2015, there was a lot of like Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. Just like right now, there was a lot of that going on, and as you know, it was pretty much just as intense, almost as intense as how it is now. So we wanted to bring some. So one thing that everybody can relate to is the fact that love is universal and love feels good when I guess thinking about it in a positive manner. So that's why we presented that. So we would go to different busy intersections and hold up signs that said "Love Matters" and other things of the sort that dealt with love. And it was very well received. People came and you know left water and you know came and took pictures. We had a few cops come and took pictures. Where
Wow.
yeah, unfortunately, their department actually told them to take those pictures down. It's kind of weird how that happened because it's so positive. But yeah, it was great. So we actually revamped it again this year to combat not the same thing. COVID was what we were combating, but then
Mhm.
the same issue just flew back around after we started to become more active with it. And I put the LP out just to kind of give like a one dimension of that multi-dimensional meaning of what love is or what love means to people. So it's a very romantically based, very romantic. It's very
Super,
just
super romantic. Yes. I
So it's
love
like
it.
one meaning, yeah, yeah.
So you have a song on there called "Play This at Our Wedding." Are you gonna play the song at your wedding?
I actually plan to. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. That's really like the whole aesthetic of the song is literally like to talk about the fact that like I'm proud of the decision that's being made here. I know that we will make it far, and the lyrics they're pretty detailed. So like everything I say is what I mean. So I wouldn't mind doing that. And I also wanted to relate to other people that felt the same way. So, for example, like I let my niece hear the song. She's like maybe like a few years younger, maybe like 3 years younger than me. But I let her hear the song, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you definitely got to sing that at my wedding." That's the effect that I wanted. I wanted people to like want that song to be played because it embodies the feeling that you have when you make that decision to spend the rest of your life with somebody. So yeah.
Because that's how I felt. I listened to it and I was like, I'm playing this at my wedding. I don't know who I'm marrying, but whoever I do, like, this is what we're going to be playing because it's so
Oh.
cute. Like, and it makes you like, it's not one of a slow song. It makes you still can dance to it. Still hum it in your head real quick. I love it. So you just released your first single, "Wipe Me Down." Please tell us about it.
Yes, yes. I'm so excited about that song even now. It's been out for a little over a week, and the music video was released on Vivo, Apple Music, and Tidal. This is like something I'm extremely proud of because these are leaps that I've made that are exponentially larger than any of the other steps that I've made in my career as a musician. So being able to do that, it brought in numbers that I didn't get before, and all I'm gonna do from this point is just build on that momentum. Just being able to do it. It's a song that I feel like embodies the nature of like summer vibes. It's very warm, it's very summery, and it's not too heavy on you. Like the message itself is like playful. It's not. It doesn't lean too hard on like super duper sexual or super duper like bubblegum. It's just kind of like right in the middle, if that makes any sense.
I like that. I like that. So every artist has other artists or artists that inspires them as an artist.
Hmm.
So what artist inspires you?
Um, I say it all the time. I always feel so lame when I say it, but Drake inspires me because
It's
of
not lame.
because of like the leaps that he's made in his career. Like where he has been able to go, what he's been able to do, and in the way, in the fashion that he's been able to do it. So like that's one of like the career models or the business models that I would like to build on. And that's just like it's that, and then also the style of music. So that's one artist. Another artist I would say is Black. I like Black. I like Tierra Whack. She's one of my favorite artists to listen to because she really like shows you that like your mind can be expanded further than what you think you know. Like she just pushes those bounds. So like you can't necessarily hear it too much in there, but there is a bit of her inspiration in my music. Like it's very well to me, at least to me.
So I can definitely see Drake kind of being your inspiration when I listen to your song "Receipts." If you guys
Yeah.
have not heard that song is so dope. That is a song that got me on.
So,
I could definitely hear the little Drake vibe in that song, so I really like that. That's dope. So in your Facebook post, you mentioned
mm,
that your brother was incarcerated for a crime that he did not commit.
mm.
So how did it change you fighting for his freedom?
Well, it showed me how much like I'm willing to do to make sure that my family is okay. And it really just it put me in a super dark state. Like I wasn't eating. I wasn't communicating with anyone. I mean, the only people I was communicating with were the people that I needed to talk to help get him out. Like I was just calling, texting, emailing. I mean, I was doing so much. It completely took my mind away from music. There was a point in time where I had a show, and he had got arrested, I want to say a few days before that. And I had to follow through with the live stream, and I was just completely thrown off. I don't know if you watched that one, but like I forgot lyrics. I mean, I was just all crazy. So it really just showed me like how much I care and what I would do. And I kept fighting, I kept making calls, and I kept doing what I had to do until we got a solution. Um, and that's all I'm about. Like if there is a problem, instead of like feeling like, oh, this is an issue and I'm mad or I'm sad, like I'd rather just look for a solution and stick to it until I find it.
So, with the increase of police brutality against people of color,
Mm.
does it or did it make you nervous with your brother being incarcerated?
It did. It really actually did. Even like the day that he got arrested, he called me, and he was saying that it was a few officers that were kind of looking kind of antsy, looking kind of jumpy, waiting for him to do something. And in reality, all he was doing was his job. You know, he was at work, and when they arrested him, he was because we fix phones and we do it. We go to the people's houses. It's very dangerous with this COVID situation, but we stay protected as much as we can. And he had to go on the military base, and they ran a background check, and there was something on his background check that didn't completely get erased, and they were just like, oh, blah blah blah. So like he did everything that he was supposed to do, but the probation officer that he had was not cooperating, and she refused to clear his name. So we didn't know, and that's when we found out. So they're like, oh well, this warrants in Alabama, or no, this warrants in Atlanta, and you're out here, you must be running. You know, they just had that perception, you know, that black man in trouble, when in reality all he was doing was his job. And even when he was in the prison, there was a lot that was going on, or in the jail. He wasn't in prison. When he was in the jail, there was a lot going on there as well that kind of made me feel like very concerned. It's something that I didn't have any control over whatsoever, knowing that he also didn't have that control as well. Uh, yes, there was a lot. There was a lot going on. We could have a whole completely different live just talking just about those things.
Yeah.
But I was definitely concerned, and I'm glad he made it through. To be honest, that was a test. That was a test for the both of us.
So, if you could have any message for youth about social inequality or the Black Lives Matter movement, what would it be?
Well, as I said before, instead of like being mad or sad that there's a problem, find a solution. You know, it may not be easy to find a solution. It may be easier to be upset and to yell and to scream and to cry, or to back into a shell and don't do anything about it. It may be easier, but at the end of the day, in the long run, that is actually harder on you. You should feel a lot more liberated and a lot more intentional and just focused, to try to find a solution. It feels better no matter how hard the road is that you're traveling. But to
Hmm.
let things just happen to you,
Yeah.
that's actually harder at the end of the day. I feel like we need to put our brains to work. There are some people right now in high school and in college that are learning about the political system and whatnot. Like put that information to work. There are some people that don't even go to school that just research, that enjoys researching. I'm one of those people. Like all of the things that I find out, that stuff just gets stored away in file cabinets in my head, and I bring it out when it's needed. Like as long as there is a focus and a goal, it can get done. But the only problem that we have is structure. We don't have structure, and we don't
Yeah.
have team spirit. and that's the issue. We have to meet on a common ground, no matter if you agree totally or not. We know that there needs to be a change generally. So that change needs to come about by coming together and finding an accord on what direction we need to take. And a lot of these directions that I'm seeing just makes it harder, to be honest. It really does.
I completely agree. Well, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for taking the time out to speak to me. I definitely want to congratulate you on Wipe Me Down. It is
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah.
You're such a cool dude. I keep telling everybody, you guys, please go listen to him, Really Khalil. Apple Music, that's where I listen to him at. You guys can go listen to on other social platforms. Was there anything else that you wanted to say before we go ahead and close
Yeah.
it out?
I got some projects coming up. Can't really be extremely detailed about it, but I will say that I at least have a single in the works coming up. I also have another video in the works coming up. So I just want to keep hitting y'all with stuff that y'all like. Um,
Yes.
keep y'all's attention. So I got you. I got some like some fire. I got some fire. Right.
Okay, I appreciate that so much. So thank you again. Thank you so much for talking to me. It has been amazing. You're an
Yeah.
amazing
Thank you.
person. So bye, guys.
All right. Later.